Hello people, we're back for another video. First things first, I'd like to apologise for it being so long since I put out a video, but recently I've had a lot going on at home. Nothing bad thankfully, but it's just kept me very busy, so I haven't really had a chance to get any videos sorted. But for a quick change, rather than doing an ARC or anything, I thought I'd give my opinion on the Modern Warfare beta that's just finished. And I've got to admit, I did really enjoy this, but won't go into that too much. Basically, we're just going to go on for the different areas of the game that I tried, different game classes, my opinion a bit, basic things from the game, and give you a couple of video clips to let you make your own mind up. So, without further delay, we'll jump past this little clip and go straight into what was the first part of the actual beta, which was actually a test for a 2v2 mode. So, we'll just let this strike and then crack on. And here we go. This was the 2v2 mode. So, unsurprisingly, teams of 2 versus 2. And you'd start off on a map. Now, for instance, this one was King, and in a second I will show you the other maps that there were available. There was one that I missed, but I'll give you a quick clip of the map itself. And the idea of this one is, of course, you had a flag in the middle. Not important if you killed the other team, but if the time ran out for the round, then it was whoever could get to the flag, I believe. Honestly, I didn't really get to that. I didn't have much chance of it. It was normally pretty much a kill or be killed. Joy of 2v2, there's not exactly much messing about. It's either live or die, so all fun. But anyway, a couple of rounds on it. I think it was the best 2-6 or something like that. Was literally just whoever killed the first team, and you normally get random weapons in it. A couple of rounds you might get the same weapons, and then normally it changes for a couple of rounds, and on. But anyway, you get the gist of it here. So we'll cut this one out here, and we will actually show you which the other maps were. So, the maps. First one we're going to go through is Speedball. This was like basically an outdoor training area, so a few different bits to vault through, hide behind, sneak around the sides, etc, etc. Next one, which you've already seen a clip from, was King, which was basically an indoor training area. Same sort of principle. All these maps, same sort of idea, but different layouts. Next one, of course, was the docks. And once again, this had a couple of buildings on each side and a couple of places to hide and all that, as you can see from the view there. This last clip here is from the last one that was on there, at least when I played. There might have been other ones that I missed. If so, I do apologise. But this area was called the Pine, and or just Pine. As it was on the right hand side and the left hand side, there was two little raised bits with bunkers, like that, temporary bunkers I suppose you could say. And then there was kind of like the no man's land in the middle where I am, with a bit of junk, some trees, some rocks, etc, etc. And yeah, 2v2, I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't the longest of betas, I didn't get much chance to play it, but anyway. Moving on to the rest of the game, which was of course the standard game and all the different variations of that were in it. Okay then, starting out, the maps that were available. First off we had Hackney Yard. This was a nice interesting one to play, and there's some clips of it later. Next one, we have AZHIR Cave. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Wasn't my favourite, I won't lie. There was Grasnarade. I do believe of the standard maps, this was probably the biggest one, but definitely an enjoyable one. And apart from that, we had one that was called Gunrunner, which was also a fair sized map, and once again, a good one to play. So, here we are. We all know how this goes. It's the standard loadouts that you can get. You can choose your weapons. You can do adjustments once you can do upgrades and such, sorry, once you've upped the level of your weapons, once you've upped the level of your character, or your avatar, however you want to call it. Then of course you can get extra weapons, etc, etc. You've got your lethal weapons and your non-lethal weapons, so flashbangs, smoke grenades, stun grenades, stims, blah blah blah, or things like claymores, bouncing betties, or I think they call them proximity mines on this one, normal grenades, Semtex, blah blah blah, and so on and on. so we all know how this one goes. Let's actually have a look at the gameplay itself, shall we? Now this first one was just your plain and simple team deathmatch. We all know how that works. 2 teams. First team to get to, I believe it was 75 kills, wins. Nice and simple. Right then. So on to the next game style. And this one was actually called Domination. Idea was you had 3 different spots, A, B, C, shockingly, as they're on the map now. And you had to actually claim them for your team. Once you claimed them, then you started to get points after a while. Whichever team got to 200 points first, won the game. There were a few other styles like this. There was Cyber Attack, where both teams had a home base, I suppose you'd call it. And there was an EMP bomb on the map, which you had to pick up, take to the other side, drop it at the base. If you keep it there for 30 seconds without the team disabling it, then you won the game. There was another one called Headquarters, where you had to actually follow around different locations on the map to a headquarters, claim it, stop the enemy from disabling it. You'd get points for that. It would then move to another random location. There were a couple of other styles as well, and I won't lie, I didn't actually get a chance to play them all. But, you know, it's pretty much the basic sort of styles as you have in most of the modern warfares. Either moving around to keep spots or claiming bits. I believe there was even something that they basically called a cage match against 2 teams. But I didn't get recordings of that, sorry. However, I did get another style recorded, which we shall actually have a look at right about now, once we get past this little clip. One thing to point out on it was that, from what I could tell, is the next style was pretty much the same as the rest of it, but it was just actually a night vision style game. So, you know, that was an interesting twist, I thought. Basically, you'd have the same as this, where you could have dominance or team deathmatch or such, but instead, it was at night time. Like this, in fact. And so, here we are. Hackney Yard, as it says, night. And the basic idea is pretty much the same as normal. You play in the game, you can play it with your night vision off, as you first saw there whilst I was going through the loadouts, or you can turn your night vision on. And obviously, depending on where you are on the map, it depends on whether the night vision is better for you to have on, or better for you to have off. For instance, if you go inside the buildings with lots of lighting and such, you're best having your night vision off. As you can see, it's quite bright and blurry in the wrong places. To be honest, I kept forgetting I could actually turn it off. But that's not the point. We won't admit that. But yeah, it definitely made it an interesting change to the game, and definitely made it a bit more of a challenge, I found anyway. So, apart from this, we'll have a look at the last style, which they brought out on one of the updates, and this is something I'll point out as well. Whilst it was the beta for the last bit, they were actually updating basically daily, bringing out new game styles, letting you up your levels. I believe first it was a max of level 20, although on the 2v2 player, you couldn't actually level up yourself, and you couldn't level up your weapons, from what I remember. It was literally just playing. It didn't even record your kill count on there or anything. So it was only whether or not you won the match, and then you'd have another match, whether or not you won that match. So, you know, kind of a smart way to do it for the beta, but I've got to admit, personally, I did enjoy it when they changed it to this style, where you could actually keep a record of how many levels you've gone up, and you could level up your weapons and get better perks and get add-ons for your weapons, etc, etc. But anyway, enough blabbing from me. We managed to get to this bit where I could show you that you can take the night vision off, and of course you can see the difference. So, there you go. My chit chat for far too long has actually done some good. And there we go. Once again, back to the difference of the night vision. Okay then, and for a change, there was this one called KARST River Quarry. Once again, apologies if I've mispronounced that, but blah. But this was actually a 32v32 map, and it was definitely a lot larger. We'll point out, it was the only map that I actually played, which started off with the iffy graphics there, still loading in. But we've all had that in different games before, so I can live with it. What was cool was you got vehicles. You got these armoured APCs, which you could carry the driver, who seems to be the gunner as well. I'm not sure if that changed if you had more than one person. You got your tanks, you got quad bikes, you got helicopters. Whether this is something that'll add more maps and more vehicles on another time, I don't know. I mean, let's face it, this is just a beta. Yeah, there's always going to be more stuff added on. The same as there was weapons shown in this one that weren't actually available to be unlocked no matter what level you got to, which was a shame. I wanted my semi-auto shotgun, but we won't go there. But yeah, this map, as I said, was a lot larger. I only got a chance to play on it maybe a couple of times or so, but I never actually even got all the way across the map. It was at least 6 times the size of Grasner Raid, I'd say, at least. Hard to gauge, like I said, when you don't go across it, but it's definitely one for those people who used to play Battlefield and such and go, I'd play Modern Warfare if it had maps the size of Battlefield. Well, from what I can tell, this is it. This is your wish. There's a picture of the map, so I hope that answers it for you. Now we'll have a quick look into the loadouts and such. As you can see, I've got 5 different loadouts there that I can choose from, and you get your standard stuff. You get your assault rifles, you get your SMGs, you get your shotguns, you get your marksman's rifles, LMGs, sniper rifles, you get your secondary weapons, you get your perks, blah blah blah. We all know how this works, let's face it. We've all played Modern Warfare before. Now you might notice on this with a couple of bits when I go to choose them that they'll have a padlock on it and it won't say a number. That is because, of course, it was the beta. Not everything got unlocked, which was a shame, you know. I won't lie. There were some bits that I really wanted, as I've already said, like the shotgun and such. There were some bits that I unlocked later. So there you go. That pretty much covers that. And of course, same thing with perks, kill streaks, blah blah blah. If you played Modern Warfare, you know how it goes. Okay then. So what's my opinion of this game? Well, I loved it. I know this is only the beta. I know you didn't get everything. And I know some of you might not enjoy this sort of thing. But personally for me, I don't enjoy Battle Royales. I don't enjoy the sci-fi bits like was on Advanced Warfare where you could double jump and all that sort of stuff. I didn't really enjoy the Call of Duty Black Ops parkour that Black Ops 3 was, running across all the walls. I like this. This to me reminded me of Modern Warfare 3, which was the first Call of Duty that I fell in love with online. And, you know, to me, this is just basically Modern Warfare 3 on steroids. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And even though I haven't got the money at the moment, you know, Christmas coming up, I've got the kids, and let's just say I've got extra bills coming out next year that's going to cost me a lot, I definitely want this. So what we're going to do now though is I'll show you a little clip of my last game as it was. It was my last chance to get to level 30, and then we'll wrap up and conclude.
We're halfway there. Keep going. This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover. Cruise missile ready to launch. UAV is out of fuel. Returning to resupply.
Yes, well, sorry for the add on the music there, but to be honest, to me that was very epic. And this is what I love about it, when you can actually get into the flow of things and you can go on a kill streak. And you know, it's just so enjoyable. And then even if you die, you've still got a chance of carrying on and actually succeeding in that map, in that actual mission. So, to me, if you're a fan of Modern Warfare, I don't see how you're not going to be a fan of this. As I said, I'm going to be saving up my money for this, and as soon as I can get it, I will be. I absolutely love this game, and I'm looking forward to playing it again once it actually comes out, and I'm looking forward to playing it with friends as well. Because of course, when you can actually do this with teammates, when you can communicate to each other, of course, when you know the map, rather than, oh, shit, they're behind me, or, oh, they're on the left of me, which is fantastic if you don't know where the person is. But anyway, that's my opinion of the game. It looks nice and clean and crisp. It reminds me of Modern Warfare 3, but a lot more well presented. It seems to have better options of weapons. Yeah, it was just fantastic. It was great fun, and honestly, I can't think of a reason not to get it apart from the fact that it costs more than the older games. But you know, it's going to cost more. It's a new game. Anyway, I think that's my conclusion for it. So I hope you all actually enjoyed watching it. I hope it wasn't too boring for you, and I hope you can put up with the fact that I haven't put a video out for a while. So I will get back to Ark soon, and I will get back to other games soon. But I figured I'd give my opinion on this. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be tuning in for future vids. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I hope to see you all soon on the next one. Till then, all the best, people. Take care, and I'll see you soon.